Okay, so we place our cover back in place. As you saw, when I pull this up, it gets tight here, and I can't lift to see what's in the baggage compartment there. I did that for the purpose of, remember to put the bed down, the couch down, and push that cushion back when you want to go underneath here. There is a little bit of storage under here. Every little bit counts. So I can actually, got to get past the duct. I can actually store a few things in here. Bedding, shoes, whatever makes sense to you. There is a small amount of air return over there, but this is actually where most of your radiant heat works. You've got sections here, and you've got sections behind the bed. So I should qualify that. There's actually more radiation behind the bed than there is here, almost double, back at the very back. The air goes in the bottom and it comes out the top. The air goes in the bottom and it comes out the top. So you're not going to restrict anything by filling this up with things that you need to store. Do be careful of this vent. You might need to close it when you're putting your access lid back down. Same thing here. Slides out, slides in. The more you use it, the better it'll work, I believe. These have Velcro behind them. Some people find that it makes more sense to separate these straps so that when you want to get into your storage area, all you have to do is pull the bed cushion, the bottom cushion off, and then you can lift it up because you have that gap to lift it up. So if you want to do that, that's fine with me. All right, the next part I want to show you would be the lighting, the refrigerator, and the stove. With the lighting, we got push button LED lights back here. I've got a really neat panel up here. I've got my light, my outdoor light, my accent light, porch light they call it, water pump, and this light shows that the water pump is on. The tank monitor system also has a battery switch. You can see I'm fully charged, mostly from the solar. The batteries are way up. We've got the freshwater tank at 1/3. We've got black water tank empty. Of course, the black water tank on this could say not present. You got the gray water tank empty. Did I go over the fridge already? Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is this lighting is LED lighting. The lighting in the bathroom has its own switch. The stove is an easy light system, or you can put the battery in it to actually make the igniter work. In this case, I'm going to light it with the striker. Lights very easily, and it's got a big surface area for that burner. You can put a big pot on there. This lid, this cover, is working perfectly. It's designed so that you lift it up. It tells you right here to close, lift up, then rotate down. If people don't know how it works, a lot of times they damage it. I've had 2 that were damaged already, and I could not get the hinges that I needed to drill out the rivets and replace them. Instead, I put a pin right through here. I drilled through here, put a stainless steel bolt that stuck out about 3/4 inch, and then I was able to put a clip on the side and latch my clip, the squeeze area of the clip, over top of the stud, and that holds it up too. So that's an option if you find that you damage the hinges. The water, down for cold, up for hot. We have some air in the hot water yet. It might sputter and spritz. Okay, so what I want to do now is show you the control for the air conditioning and the Aldi system. We're going to start with the Aldi system. Aldi Compact 3020, proudly made in Sweden. Now the next thing that it shows is that the circulator pump is on. We're at 79 degrees. I go to menu. The circulator pump commonly comes on as soon as you turn the control on. Okay, I have it at 72. If I'm going to air condition, I really want to have it down below what the air conditioning might put out. Otherwise, I have the heater fighting to keep it hot and the air conditioner fighting to keep it cold, wasting a lot of energy. The next icon down, or the first icon down, of course, is your thermostat. The second icon down is water. Pressing plus turns it on, pressing minus turns it off. So it's as simple as that. Green is on, blue is off. Here I can select 1,000 watts or 2,000 watts. If I'm on a 20 amp breaker, if I choose 2,000 watts here and I run my air conditioner, I'm guaranteed to pop the circuit breaker. So I need to run this system on propane if I'm going to run my air conditioning. If I'm in a park where I have only a 15 amp breaker, I might choose 1,000 watts here so that I can have more power to, say, run the microwave at the same time I'm running the hot water on electric. But the better choice would probably be just to run the propane for your hot water. So I'm turning off the lightning bolt, which is my electric. I turned on the propane. I go to the gear, arrow down 3 frames to the word service, and it shows me that my fan rotation is turned on. The fan would be the combustion fan to burn the propane. My glycol temperature, that's the temperature of the liquid in my heating system, 72, so is the water temperature because we haven't run this yet today, but look, we're coming up 1 degree already just from that bit of flame that's in there. In about 10 minutes we'll be at about 140 or 150. On propane it has 18,000 BTU of power, and so it operates very quickly. And guess what? We used up the propane in the line. I'm going to go turn the tank on now. We got a red indicator there because I did not have my propane tank on. So now we're running on propane. It's stabilizing around 2,400 RPM, 2,200 RPM, and we expect it to continue to run now that we have propane. In a matter of a few minutes, we'll see it climb in temperature. I want to go down to the LWell screen here and show you how to operate the air conditioner. We will press on the power button. It's on the mode for air conditioning already, and it should come on when we have a low enough temperature. It's getting cool out here, so it's possible that I won't be able to turn it on at all. This unit is very smart, and if it sees that you're at the temperature you want to be at, it's not going to turn on. And that's one thing that some people find annoying about this. It shuts off the whole unit when you reach your temperature. It does not shut off just the blower, the compressor, and keep running the fan. It shuts off the whole unit. So they find that to be a disturbance. And the way they overcome that is to open the fantastic vent and cool off a little bit of the great outdoors. And that way the AC unit will run continuously. You'll get the ventilation you need right here. It says, please ventilate cabin for sleeping. So if you ventilate the cabin and run the air conditioner at the same time, you're accomplishing what you want. You're getting the air conditioner to run and you're getting the ventilation at the same time. The touchscreen description in the book is very accurate. There are ways to actually program it, and it can get very confusing for me to try to understand the programming. But I do want to point out that the triangle is actually the mode switch that you select to go to different modes. For example, when I touch the screen, okay, so now I'm on fan. Now I'm on dehumidifier. And now I'm on the snowflake, which would be air conditioning. And because the temperature is such that it's not sensing the need for it to come on, it stays off. Okay, so I'm going to turn that screen off. And go to my cards here, see what I missed. Hitching up. I believe we are down to entertainment center. We can run a DVD player through here by using the HDMI cord and the USB. It is able to be operated on Bluetooth. You've got the AM/FM radio built in. I believe there's only one zone for the speakers. I want to check out the bathroom here. I'll tell you what, this was so well thought out. It's not quite double the space, but it's a lot more space. A bigger door, a privacy door, and inside we have a nice big mirror. We have a good place to sit. We have the sink at the back with the shower. So if I want to turn the shower on, I simply turn it on. That'd be on hot. Turning it to the right, I'm on cold. I can hang it up here for convenience when I'm taking a shower. Showering while you're sitting, you would probably bring this down and rinse yourself. You would probably not just have the shower up here and use it as a regular shower sitting down, but you might. Toilet paper holder. The toilet itself is quite fascinating. On this one, this opens the dump valve. We don't flow any water until we actually press the button. Press and hold. So that's a very much a conservationist trailer because you use very little water. I love it. Be careful when you try to brush your teeth. You might hit your head on the curvature here. Or then again, maybe you won't if you turn your head as you go back. All right, we are down to hitching up. So when we hitch up to our truck, since you have a Toyota Tacoma, you would probably want a longer ball mount. They make hollow, longer ball mounts that will allow you to put down the tailgate with the trailer hitched up. The way it is now, you're going to hit the jack with your tailgate and put a dent in it. So when you hitch up, it's very important that the ball be toward the front of the hitch. As you can see, it slides over and locks easily when the ball is at the front. If I have the truck moved back, I can't move this forward at all. So what I need to do is chock the wheels of the trailer, get into the truck, drive the truck forward so it's in the center of the ball mount, and then it latches very easily. All right, so we've got that latched up. We're going to take the safety pin out of the jack and put it through here, or I could use the locking pin that comes with this kit and put that through as my safety pin. Then I'm going to hook up my safety chains. They come off opposite sides. So the one that comes off the left goes to my right side of the hitch. In order to get it 6 inches off the ground, I'm going to twist it. I want these chains to be about 6 inches off the ground when they hang. After I hook up my safety chains, I would hook up my breakaway. My breakaway operates a switch that in an emergency, if the trailer were to become separated from the car, as in an accident, the trailer would not go squealing and go down the road and hit some other car. The brakes would lock on because this would pull and pull that pin right out. This pin, if it ever came out, can be reinserted simply by reaching under here. Yes, the cable. There was my pin. The pin looks like that. It's pointed, and I need to put it back into the switch housing. Okay, so I'm going to find this. I'm going to do it later. Okay, so right now the electric brakes are on because the battery power is providing electricity to those magnets, and if the trailer were to move, the magnets cling to the inside of the drum and it expands the brake shoes. That's the way they work. And so when you use your brake controller, you're actually applying a certain amount of electricity to those magnets, and you can control how much brake power you get based on the magnetic strength. Next thing I want to talk about is this sway bar. The sway bar is not something that you would use every trip necessarily. If you're going to be at low speed in towns or even country roads at low speed, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to put this on. The reason you get it and use it is because you want to have protection when you're driving high speed and over windy bridges or through the mountains in wind. You don't want that trailer to be whipping back and forth when you're at 70 miles per hour and a tractor-trailer truck passes you. But if you're on country roads, it makes no sense to hook this up. When you do hook it up, there are instructions for it. It involves putting grease on the ball on each of them and sliding the hairpin through on each side to hold it in place. You can see the hairpin goes through and it can turn all the way around. So on the back side, even though you have to put it in from the bottom, you can flip it around so gravity holds it in place properly. The setting on this, as you can see, it says screw handle all the way down. So we take this and we screw it all the way down tight, puts a lot of friction on this pad and makes it so it doesn't slide in and out easily. And then if you want to have less or more, you decrease or increase the quarter turn at a time is what they recommend here. So it says road test and repeat if necessary. So this is a trial and error method. If you don't like the way it handles, you make it either tighter or looser. It's not something that I can just say, oh, you do it this way and you're done. If you are comfortable without it, go without it. But in those situations where there's going to be wind, you might choose to use it, by all means. In your owner's manual on a Tacoma, it typically says a trailer over 2,000 pounds should have a sway bar. And that's why the sway bar was recommended. I think I've covered all my bases on this. If you have any questions, by all means, reach out to us. Sam can get a hold of me if there's anything technical that he doesn't have the answer for, or he can get a hold of New Camp if there's something that neither of us can answer. Thank you for listening. Look forward to hearing from you as to how much you enjoy your trailer.